Hey, everybody, welcome to Real Life Sci-Fi with Wade and Willie. I'm Wade.
I'm Willie.
This is a podcast about the paranormal and contemporary mythology. Join us on patreon.com/reallifesci-fi for access to 2 bonus episodes a week, video feeds, and more. Also, visit reallifesci-fi.show for a bunch of links. And if you have a topic or guest, you can email us at wadeandwillie@gmail.com. Let's welcome aboard the SSRLSF. He's our friend. He's an actor and a writer. It's Aldous Davidson. Hey, Aldous. How are you?
What up?
Good. How are you guys doing? Thank you for having me on the show.
Of course. We're miserable, but
This episode is sponsored by Katie from the UK. Yeah, thanks for supporting us.
Thank you, Katie.
I'm drinking Henninger original German lager beer today.
Hell yeah.
Sponsored by you. Thank you.
Hell
yeah, I'm drinking the cheapest vodka that comes in a glass bottle. I think they use robots on their ads, so it's Svedka. It's Svedka vodka, right? Isn't that the one that has robots on their ads?
I don't know about the robots. I haven't seen it.
So we know you through kind of like comedy, right? I mean,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Like UCB stuff. I think we have a lot of mutual friends.
yeah,
And I helped out a little bit on Jake Steed.
that's right. We still haven't finished it. If you know an
okay.
editor, let us know.
Okay. Yeah. But I met Willie first through video sketch comedy through a mutual friend, Greg Stees, who's been on your show a couple times. And then I met Wade. I met you on Greg's short that he shot. And then the Jake Steed experience.
Did you know that our friends saw that short at a festival in like
San Francisco?
Massachusetts or something?
Oh, wait.
Was it San
wow.
Francisco? Maybe it was
Damn.
San Francisco, which is not as impressive.
Sacramento, maybe
right
one of
there.
those two.
And like saw us in it, didn't know that we were in it or anything.
Oh, cool.
So I don't know. Yeah, it was awesome. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was a oneer.
Yeah.
And we
was
only
cool.
did it like two or three times, I feel like.
Yeah, about.
It was awesome. Intersect.
Intersect.
It was fucking
Yeah.
great.
I was like, Greg, you should like expand it, try to make, because it's such an interesting like character / the cult situation is always interesting, I think. So
I kind of just want to be in a cult. Like, I don't care if it's what's wrong with it. If I
feel
know
we
it's
should
a
join
cult.
community, you get that community.
We
Yeah,
should join the
exactly.
Masons then.
Yeah, there's
But
plenty
the
of cults
Masons-
out there for you, Wade. I feel like if you want one, you can find one, I think.
I don't want a weird sex one.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't want to punch anybody. Do I have to punch people?
I feel
like
I don't know
that's
if
a
there's,
big
like,
part of cults.
normal cults, cults without sex and violence.
That's what I want.
Like,
I want to go live on someone's property and like have to pick blueberries or some shit.
All right, today
okay.
we're playing Sudoku. Everyone, meet in the basement.
We're playing Sudoku alone, but we all have to be together. Aldous, how into like the kind of sci-fi world are you? Do any of these things occupy your brain at all?
I like talking about it, but I'm probably like when, if push comes to shove, I'm like, yeah, I don't, like I'm more on the skeptic side of things, but I think it's fun to talk about. I'd say like the simulations theory and like aliens are probably more on like that's the kind of thing I would go for as far as like just fun chatting stuff.
Well, shit. I mean, let's just do the WoW scale and we'll be the judge. WoW scale.
Are you a Wade or are you a Willie?
The WoW scale stands for Wade or Willie. It's a 5-question quiz. At the end of the quiz, I will give you a score anywhere between 0 and 5. If you're more of a 0, you're more of a Wade. If you're more of a 5, you're more of a Willie. You ready to be Wade on the WoW scale?
Yeah, let's do it.
First question, 3-parter. Do you believe in aliens? If so, have they visited Earth? If so, have they visited Earth in the last 300 years?
I'm a yes, no. I believe that we are not the only intelligent species in the universe, so I do believe that there are aliens in the universe in some fashion. I don't think they visited Earth at all, only because I think that the length of time and distance it would take to travel to us is probably like too. It'd be like you'd have to be like living like millions of years type situation.
Right.
And then to find us in like this speck of like like we're a speck in the universe. And then to find us, I think is very improbable, though not impossible. So I'm a yes, no, no on that one.
Are you following the 3A Atlas stuff?
Yeah, yes, I was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
What were you thinking about all that?
I was like, oh, I thought that was very cool. I'm like, oh, that's awesome that there's something from another universe in our universe. And I was like, oh shit, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is like aliens coming.
Would you be psyched if aliens came, or would you be freaked out?
I guess it depends. It depends on what type. If they
Like
were,
we don't know. We don't know. All we know
yeah,
is they're on their way.
right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's your reaction? Are you like, fuck?
I'm probably like, yeah, I think at this point in my life, I'd be like, oh, fuck. But I'd also be like, well, we had a good run. Like,
I know. I always feel bad. I mean, it was a very good moment in Independence Day when they're like celebrating on top of the building. Yeah, they're here, and then they all
yeah,
get blown up.
blown up. Like, I'd be like hoping for the best, obviously.
Right.
I'd be like, oh, that's cool. And I'd be like, oh, it's kind of cool that it happened in my lifetime. But I'd be like, well, it kind of sucks for if it's like if they're like mean aliens, I'd be like, oh,
I
that's
think the worst would be if they're just a bunch more billionaires. They just come and they're just like
just looking for
sociopaths.
their summer planet.
We'll take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it. Who's that? Like, oh, I could sell you a planet or whatever.
All right. Question number 2. This is a new question.
Oh, cool.
We're shaking up the wow scale
Do
here.
it.
Question number 2. Do you think that disclosure will happen in our lifetime?
I think no, only because I don't
Yeah, I
think
mean, because you don't even think they can get here. So,
what I would believe is that disclosure would happen, but maybe it's like false disclosure. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like a government, like the government was like, yeah, they came and here's like
well,
all the
that's
information,
interesting.
and then
That's an
it's why.
interesting answer. Hang on,
I know, for
I need to
reals.
confer with Willie here. I mean, that kind of makes it a yes, right? Because you believe in that.
Yeah, I think both versions could happen. Real disclosure in our lifetime, but also false flag.
See, this might be the
UFO
problem with the
invasion.
question, though, because I wouldn't put it past them to do a false flag either.
Yeah.
I think it's probably very probable.
Well, then if we're both agree that would happen, then that has to be skewed to you, I think.
All right, I'll take it. So it's a no. It'll be a no for our
Okay,
purposes.
yeah. Real
Okay,
disclosure,
cool.
no.
All right,
Wait, real
ghosts.
quick, are you guys pumped for the Spielberg movies, Disclosure Day?
I mean, how can you not be? It's Spielberg,
For
right?
real.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
He still has top 5 UFO videos of all movies of
Yeah,
all
oh, yeah,
time.
absolutely.
Like that makes you really like question stuff.
yeah. Plus, it's like a big deal. Like, it's like I don't remember the last movie he put out where they were like putting this kind of marketing behind it.
Yeah, true.
I don't even.
For
I don't know.
reals.
I love him, but
Like,
it
did Ready
just felt
Player
like he
One
kinda-
have big marketing? Not really, right?
Kind of. I mean, it was a book, but yeah,
But I love that movie too. I thought that was
You
fucking
did.
That was
amazing.
awesome. That movie's awesome. Did you read this? Did you read the book?
I thumbed through it.
Okay. I read Ready Player 2. That's how much.
what's that?
Oh,
It's the
snap.
sequel. There's a sequel to it.
Well,
Okay.
sure, but what is there like what does it just? I mean, I don't even remember.
It's almost,
I
it's
remember.
like literally, it's similar plot, like
Okay.
there's like a new contest and all that stuff like that.
I mean, I'm reading Food of the Gods. I'm reading Terrence McKenna. Like I read conspiracy books.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Awesome.
I'm bad at reading. I actually bought my mom. I had no idea what Ready Player One was, and I got it for my mom for Christmas because I just didn't know what else to get her.
Oh, he's trying to get me to understand his video game world.
Well, I was just like, so no, I do think there was a big push behind this movie because I think that's why I got it for her. I think I was like, oh, if she ever sees the movie, then she can be like, I read the book or whatever. And she read it and she was like, yeah, that's interesting. And then I watched the movie and I was like, oh my God, this is what I gave my mom. It's like got fucking Optimus Prime in it and shit. She's probably so confused.
Maybe it was a point where then your mom was like, "Oh, Optimus Prime, let me explore what this is," and like
And then she got
got
really
into Transformers or whatever.
Yeah, but then she got into the Michael Bay ones, and I'm like, no, mom, those ones are bad.
Like stick with
They couldn't
Hasbro, Mom.
They couldn't hide in the yard. I didn't understand why they didn't just transform.
Oh, did you guys see Shia? Shia got beat up at Mardi Gras. Or I don't even know if it's Mardi Gras. He's just in New Orleans and he got beat up.
They say he was terrorizing the city.
Yeah. I guess he's just a drunken maniac going around and people had to subdue him.
Yeah. You think your life is good? You think your life is good, huh? You think your life is good? It's not. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
That's a good impression.
I got a soft spot for him though. I always liked him.
He's like, this will not affect his like career, I think. Like,
no, everyone already knows he's a fucking maniac.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
I don't know if I like that type of actor. And what's the other guy's name? John Barenthal. He's not crazy, but you think he would be, you know?
Yeah. He vibes like he might go crazy.
Yeah, like these tough guys who are gonna like kick your ass, but then they're also gonna do Hamlin or some shit. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're not tough, dude. But then I don't know, Danny Trejo and stuff. So what do I know? Question number 3: ghosts.
Ghosts. I would say I'm more inclined on a yes on ghosts because I've had personal weird experiences that I'm like, oh, if there's, I guess this is like ghostly or whatever. So I guess I'd say yes, but I'm sort of like in the middle there, you know. But
do you have a story that's interesting, or are they all just kind of like, that was weird?
My personal experience, I like did a Ouija board once when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And in high school, I was very much like, yeah, no ghosts, no ghosts. But then I did this Ouija board and like, there was three of us and it was like flying around the board. Like to the point where I'm like, if someone was pushing this fast, I think it would be like pretty evident. But it was like flying across the board and spelling things out. And I was like, that was the only experience in my life that I'm like, oh, that was like weird, I'd say. And then I've had friends who are like, here's a ghost occurrence that like happened to them. And I'm like, I trust these people. At least they're not lying about what happened to them. I don't know if what happened to them was ghost, but something weird happened.
Yeah. Wait, I never got the Ouija board to work. Did you, Willie?
No, I've only done it 3 times and I didn't get it to work. But also, I feel like I didn't really believe in it when I was doing it or allowed it to. I don't know if that matters, you know, like.
Probably not. I don't know. I just like, I remember fucking around with it like one time and we couldn't get it to move at all.
Yeah, like that's what I thought was going to happen. But this thing was like flying across the board.
Do you remember what it said?
I think we asked it like, you know, general questions like, are you here? What's your name and stuff? And I don't know. This was like a long time ago.
Sure.
But
I feel like I'd have a hard time like remembering the letters unless they're like written in front of me. No, just like as a participant, like, what was that? What did that spell? And like the thing getting pissed off and spelling it again. I kind of missed the word.
Like,
it would be frustrating as a ghost too to wait for them to like put it together.
There's also on Ouija boards there's the yes no, so a lot of it's just like yes no questions.
All right, so yes, question number 3: Bigfoot.
I'm a no on Bigfoot.
Okay.
He's watching you.
Question 4: was 9/11 an inside job?
I'm a no on that.
Okay, a no on that. And then finally,
wait, what city were you in when it went down?
I was in New York.
That's what I figured. Yeah,
I moved to New York on August 30th, 2001. So 12 or like whatever days before 9/11. I was on Varick and Spring, which is 7th Ave and Spring Street. I don't know how familiar you guys are with New York.
Not at all.
Like I was going to NYU at the time. I was in the shower when the first plane hit. And then I was walking to school when the second plane hit. I saw the sky got really dark and cloudy, like black cloudy, like the smoke. And then I looked and I saw it was like just like Independence Day. People were like running, panicked, like in the streets past me. And I remember it was just me and this other guy were the only ones who weren't running. And we were just looking up in the sky. And I looked at this other guy and he was just kind of calm. And we just watched all these people run past us. And then I went to class and class was canceled that day, of course.
You still went to class?
Well, I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I went back to my apartment, which was close enough to be in the evacuation zone where I could go in. But if I left again, I wouldn't be allowed back in basically after a certain time. And then I just sat down, watched the news, and I remember I made pasta and I watched just the news of like what was happening. And I remember cell phones weren't like, I couldn't call home for like a couple hours. But I don't think it was an inside job personally.
Okay. Do you think just because you experienced the horror of it, you won't allow yourself to think that it could be an inside job?
I don't know. I think I'm not. I think I'm not educated enough on the topic to make a call about that.
Right. Yeah.
I think if I researched it, I could make a decision on it.
Yeah. Well, that's your way to answer right there. I don't know anything about it as much as Willie has tried to tell me about it. Something about steel beams and buildings.
Yeah.
Okay, so we end on 9/11 now. That's kind of fun.
Okay. You can ask me about the multiverse, but that's kind of like, I guess, similar to.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? I mean, like, do you think it exists? Is there a future where we could travel between multiverses or dimensions?
I don't think so. I don't think that there's a future where we could travel between them, but I'm a subscriber of the idea that each choice you make kind of goes off into a different like path.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow, right?
Yeah, sliding doors. Mm-hmm. But it's a fun thing to think about, but I don't think we'll ever have the ability to like go in between or anything like that.
Yeah, well, we just get lost anyway. So you're a 2 on the WoW scale.
Okay,
so
that sounds about right.
You're slightly more of a Wade than a Willie.
Okay, yeah.
All right, Willie, hit us with the topic.
Tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi, simulation theory, an unimaginably complex virtual world. What is real? Can consciousness be computed? And if technology keeps advancing, could future beings simulate entire universes the way we simulate video games today? Whether you treat it as serious as hypothesis or a mind-bending thought experiment, simulation theory is ultimately about the limits of knowledge and the strange possibility that reality may be stranger than it looks. That's what we're going to get into tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi. Grab a drink and join us.
So you don't think we live in a simulation? We'll say that we don't. Or what do you think, Aldous?
So of all the topics, this I think is the most fun because this is what I want to be real.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% like, we don't know or whatever, but what I also think is like theoretically, scientifically maybe possible to be real as opposed to like other things or whatever. And when I was listening to the Greg Stees episode, I don't know if this is true or not, but I remember you guys were talking. And at one point, I think, Wade, you said that you were like, oh, we like something about we all like live in a video game or something. And I was like, oh, maybe Wade's like into the simulation theory as well or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, so like my history with it is like I kind of want it to be a video game. And I think that's why like if you're black, you like play a harder level. It's like the difficulty. Like when you're setting up your guy or
play the South Park game?
Oh yeah, they did do that, didn't they? Shit, I didn't steal it from them, I swear.
Okay.
But yeah, I think there's different levels that you can select and that's why I think billionaires just are using like a Game Shark, man. They're doing like cheat codes and shit and just like getting it all, and it's not fair.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It gives me a little bit of comfort to think that it might be a simulation.
Yeah, I'm like I have this like fantasy where it's like, okay, you live your life, you grow old, you die, but when you die, you wake up, you take off the helmet, and you're young again, and you're like, oh, all the life lessons I learned in that game or that life, I am now prepared to be a better person in this other phase or whatever.
Yeah, I know. It's all I think about. That's exactly what I think about.
I'm not really into simulation theory, but I think that there's a lot of parallels in what I believe. I believe that we are kind of closer to a projection. We're disconnecting from everything. And then when this life ends, we all reconnect. But I don't know.
More
it's
spiritual
evolving.
And less like technological. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I could go for that. But like, so when we talk about simulation, we're just talking about like a computer that can get so advanced that it could house us. I mean, we're talking about like a Rick and Morty episode.
Yes. I mean, if you look at this guy Nick Bostrom, he's a big simulation guy, and I mean, basically, we as humans are already creating primitive simulations. So the idea is, if technology advances, why would we not create simulations to try to solve problems instead of just like whatever scientific studies. It's like, this
So
is
let
a
me ask
scientific
you
study.
this. Yeah. So like let's say we did get to that point where we could build these simulations. Like if this were a simulation, would we all be trying to cure cancer? What would it look like? You know what I mean?
So like picture the way science works, where you have a control group. You've got the pill and you've got the placebo. You get all of that if you just throw it into one whole simulation. And I only say that because a lot of the science that when we're trying to study specific things, like what causes what, it's impossible because you can't find two people that have the same diet or have the same life,
Right.
So it's like, just run the whole fucking thing. And
yeah,
like,
I mean, I do have to say the script that I'm writing right now, it's that only. I mean, should I even say this? I'm not going to say.
Okay.
But it's basically
that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, but I just wanted to say the reason I'm bringing that up is because I'm going to steal everything from this conversation.
Do it.
It suits
All
my
good.
plot.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I'm always good with that disclosure because it's like, I'm not.
I want.
If there is something that I like, I'm like, hold on, bro.
Yeah, you'll love it.
On.
You'll be in line first, man.
Now, this next thing I'm going to say about relationships in the simulation, that's mine.
Yeah, you can't. Don't use this. I'm going to use it. I just wanted to. Yeah, I just didn't want to. I didn't want to have to do the text tomorrow and be like, "Hey, you guys mind if I use this?"
two simulation cross lovers.
Yeah,
I think they might have done that in Black Mirror. I think.
Yeah, shit.
Do you think that there's any simulation where it's so complex that the beings in it would be able to figure out they're in it? Because that's where we're at. Is this such a complex, complicated simulation that we actually have awareness?
Yeah, I think the only way you would know that is if you built one, right? Like if our society got to the point where we built one, then it would be like, oh, we could be in one.
That's
and
part
then
of like
you would
the
have
Bostrom
to
theories and stuff. Yeah.
The what theories?
But like the Nick Bostrom, who Willie mentioned earlier, he's like this philosopher. He teaches at Oxford University, or used to. I'm not sure if he's still there, but he's like the premier like simulation theorist. And his thing was like each civilization, there's only three things. There's sort of three choices of what could happen. And one is like a civilization doesn't get to the point where they can create simulations. They die out or whatever. So it doesn't happen there. The second one is that they get to the point where they could simulate worlds, but they choose not to because of the ethical reasons. And then the third is that they get to the point where they can do simulations and then they just create millions of simulations. And therefore, if it's that, like statistically, it's more statistically feasible that you are in the simulation rather than being in that the base world that created it. Because then again, like the world that you simulate then gets to the point where they can simulate, and then you have just billions of simulations going down and down and down and down,
Yeah.
So in that theory, it's like, oh, the chances of you being in a simulation are like pretty good, as opposed to being in that one base world where you're not simulated.
I wonder how it would work. If we could build these things, if it were unregulated, everyone could just build a simulation, right?
Yeah.
If they just knew how. Man, I don't know. There's so much to think about because like, all right, so we're in the third class of civilizations and we've built the simulations and now we've built millions of them or whatever.
Right.
And now we're having like this weird crisis because we don't know if we're a simulation or not.
There's protesters on the street.
I was thinking like, could you just unplug all the simulations? But that wouldn't prove anything because you're in a sim.
Yeah, well, you don't know if, I guess it's like the idea that if we are in a simulation, will it at one point glitch out to the point where we're like, oh shit, like we could figure out like what's actually happening. In prep for this, I was listening to the Neil deGrasse Tyson video about it, and him and his like co-host, they were like speculating that speed of light is like, you can't go faster than the speed of light because that's how fast they're like generating. Like
it's like a download speed. It's like
exactly.
The ultimate speed of the computing power. Yeah,
exactly. So they're like,
It's interesting because why is there a speed limit? But there are a couple constants of nature that don't really make sense. One of them is gravity, and one of them is speed of light. And gravity can't go faster than the speed of light. But they're saying that like different gravities can traverse through parallel realities. And I don't want to get into that. I'm sorry, but what I was going to say was I'm kind of in this. Just a sidebar with light that like I don't know if speed actually does have a limit, because I'm starting to see things now where some people think that light is actually a field and it can turn off and on. That to me changes our whole universe, but it's not accepted yet. But it's just an idea that there isn't a speed limit. It's just an on-off thing. I'm not explaining it well. What is
no, you
field?
are, but the question is then why can we see the speed travel? Like we can see it. Like we can see.
Yeah, like have you seen the videos of like light happening in like a million frames per second? Have you seen those?
No.
It is fucking nutso because you actually see the light spreading. It would still work that way if it were a field, but it's just they're just really amazing. Anyway,
right. I mean, that's what I was thinking. It's like I just like when it comes to like stars and stuff, it's like it turned on that field for that. I don't know. We don't have to talk about speed of light.
Well, I know, and also, I was about to go off on stars, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't do that either because I'm not gonna end up anywhere. But
yeah, it's heady. There's a lot to.
Yeah, it is a heady topic here.
We could probably go faster than it, right? Like we just don't know how yet.
Even with the speed of light, I've heard people that have written about it and stuff, like people reading the writings. It's just like even when you're going the speed of light and you shine a flashlight, the light doesn't go faster than you going the speed of light. Like you're at the same speed as the flashlight. I don't know. It's crazy, but also two people going at each other at the speed of light, this speed limit works in both ways, where it's like they're not going faster than the speed of light relative to you, even though you're going the speed of light in the wrong direction.
Yeah, but it's still just light. I'm saying we'll create something that goes faster,
I mean, picture being able to manipulate the space. So like you're going the speed of light, but then you can like have an explosion go behind, like push the space or warp the space field.
Well, yeah. Or if it's a simulation, like couldn't you just like transport? Couldn't you just spawn in a different place? Like it's getting around like the problem.
Yeah. You're not going faster, but it is relatively faster because you just didn't travel.
Yeah, which is it's also not backing up what I'm saying. I do think that we'll beat the speed of light.
Also, what's crazy is like once you start going that fast, right, you have to deal with also, I think, like time. If you're traveling faster than everybody else, like are you then aging slower and all that stuff? So I don't know. There's that.
Yeah. So don't listen. It's like secret military. This is for single people.
Yeah.
You were chosen because you have no family.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's like aren't they like sending someone up at one point to like space, like Mars or something, but they're not coming back or whatever?
There's all kinds of missions planned, right? There's the Artemis is going around the moon, but also they are planning moon mission or Mars missions, and they're not going to come back.
Yeah.
They're not going to give them the capabilities to come back. Yeah,
right.
That's why you got to go speed of light, then they will be able to come back. Whatever.
I'll go. I don't need to come back. I don't fucking care. Go on a spaceship for the rest of my life. Why not?
Bring some books.
I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
What about my other idea though? Like, why couldn't we just manipulate the code? So like, okay, let's just jump ahead and say that we've created simulations, right?
Yeah.
So now we know how they work and we know how the code works. And we could start like trying to tinker with our code somehow,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's like if you then figure out, how to access said base code of like your own universe.
Okay, you bringing that up is like one of the ideas out there is that the universe is infinitely large. But they're saying basically that the universe is not infinitely small, which I've always believed. There's a thing called a Planck unit. It's like the smallest thing that we can observe. I don't know if that necessarily means it's the smallest that there is, but they're like Planck length and Planck time. The universe basically has a smallest pixel and a smallest frame rate that like we can't get smaller than. So that it kind of supports the idea that infinitely large and vast is easy because you don't ever have to get up close to it. But when you do get up close to it, there's limitations. It just resembles a rendered environment. You know, especially now all this quantum stuff is saying like it makes a difference if you pay attention to it. It reacts different when you pay attention to it. Even if you pay attention to it after the test, the results change. So
but
it's
why is that an argument for just that when we're paying attention to it, it reacts differently? Why would, I guess I know why that would be an argument for that we live in a simulation, but it doesn't convince me that we are. You know what I mean? It's like, well, that could be for a lot of reasons.
It's weird when you compare it to the universe's rendering. You know, that when you say that, it kind of defines it in such a way that it makes it smaller than what's actually happening.
Yeah, but they could also just be lazy planks. And they're like, guys, no one's looking. We don't have to do shit today. We can just lay around. I mean, I do that.
Looking at this star right
what?
now.
Do you remember those guys who did like acid or DMT or whatever, and then like shined a laser onto their wall and made a whole documentary about how they could see the code of the simulation?
I still haven't seen it. Did you see it, Aldous?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man, so there was a trailer. It was a couple of years ago. That's fascinating, but these guys are fucking. There's not. It's not. I mean, I haven't watched it, but it's like there's no fucking way.
Well. Okay, the reason why I think it's fascinating is because I believe that the parallel realities all converge in the same space. What separates them is the frequency of these different universes. So it's kind of like light all stacked up. Sound, everything is sound frequency. So it's all stacked up on each other. Maybe somehow by looking through the light, also smoking DMT, they're able to see through different frequencies. And I'm going like, oh, that, I don't know. Like I'm into that idea. I haven't watched it yet, but
I mean, you can see with DMT, you can see it, but you can't like manipulate it, I suppose.
Yeah. But like,
well,
as you're looking through the lasers,
you have to shine a laser onto the wall, and then you have to like get really close to the wall and like look through it like it's window blinds or something.
Are you talking about like the light pens with the red dot? Or are we talking like a real laser?
They are shining a laser through a prism and it creates lines. And you can go up to the line and they say when they look through it, they see into a whole different reality.
No, they don't. They see code. They don't see into. They see like numbers. They see like matrix.
They see the atoms, like the atoms of the.
The thing I saw, they were saying that they could see a different reality, but maybe that was me interpreting it wrong.
We'll just have to try DMT. I guess that's the.
We can, without watching the documentary, let's get together and smoke and have our lasers.
I'll bring the laser. You bring the DMT.
It just feels like
I got a laser right here.
Oh, all right. I'll bring the DMT then.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we have the laser, it just feels like we wouldn't even need it, right? I mean, just get stoned and look at some shit. And see into different universes. But anyway, the reason I brought it up is because I could have sworn they were just seeing like the Matrix. They were seeing like, you know, the green letters or whatever, and they're like trying to decipher them or something. I feel like nothing ever came of that movie because the trailer went around and I saw it, and then I never heard anything more about it.
That's kind of why I didn't watch it. Like, I didn't see any Reddits about it, or you know, like it never got bigger than the ad.
How long ago was this movie? Like
a couple or 2 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Do you remember what it was called?
No idea.
Okay.
No, but there's only one.
Probably figure it out.
Okay, there's only one thing that
is this like a full feature length? Like if them just staring at the wall?
Yes. Okay. It's probably 2 hours of a bunch of stoned guys just going like.
When you watch the trailer, though, it kind of turns you off a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh well,
there's just guys staring at a wall.
Yeah, right. I mean, like if it was someone eloquently speaking like Terrence McKenna or something, I'd be like, oh, I'm into this. But it's just like, no, you could literally see.
Yeah.
I think it's called Code of Reality.
Oh, okay. I'll check the trailer out.
There's a lot of hits for this. I want to make sure this is right.
But yeah, I'd say psychedelic drugs help you see the code a little.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I feel like our relationship with psychedelic drugs has been skewed by the powers that be, you know. Like I feel like we're supposed to take mushrooms, and mushrooms are here. I'm into the idea that mushrooms could be a way to communicate with aliens if they were sending out a beacon for intelligent life, something like that, and I'm going like, could there be little things like that in the simulation that we're supposed to find? Like, can we break out of so simulation theory makes me want to be a real like fucking anarchist and be able to take down things that I don't like, because it's like, well, if this is a simulation, then I'm supposed to break out of these chains of oppression. And I think that our society is very oppressive for the creativity of humanity, and we're just watching our rights being taken away from us. And it's not about standing up for your rights. It's just about, I mean, if you boil down humanity into falling in line and doing what you've got rights, but just go get a job and go with the flow. And like, that's not what we're supposed to be doing here. So the more I believe in simulation theory, the more I'm like, well, let's fucking go right now. Let's take this shit
Go
out.
off the grid. Yeah. Like, again, like the Rick and Morty game, he just goes off the grid.
Life doesn't have to be a simulation for you to stop participating.
Yeah, it's true.
No. I don't mean stop participating. I mean, actively participate in taking it down.
Like,
I guess the problem is if it's not a simulation, then you're like, oh, screwed. Then you just go to jail or whatever.
Like,
right.
Like on
high risk.
like taking out the prison guards.
Taking out the prison guards?
Like
just letting all the prisoners out? Oh, like if this is a prison? Well, then you got to identify them, man.
If this is a simulation, then the system of life that I am experiencing is being hindered by the way of life that's presented to me.
Right.
No, I understand, but how do you stop that?
Kill them all.
Just everybody. This is like,
well, so here's a question. If it's a simulation, like, are they like, is the government people, like, are they also in the simulation and just happen to be living, that particular life and playing the game like that or whatever?
Well,
are they like high level NPCs who you're like, oh shit, I gotta
right? I know. I immediately go towards the Matrix style existence, but I'm going like, sure, it could be to solve some kind of health thing. It makes me question why we're in a situation that is like slowly taking away. I don't know, that like where I see the future. Why
does the life suck or whatever?
Yeah. Like I feel like the next 20 years of American life is just going to get more and more dystopian. There's no way outside of it. So like, now is the time to like, maybe that's a simulation. What if this were a simulation to see what are your breaking points? What makes you act? And you know what?
But the problem is like, who do you act against? Like
I get what you're saying, and it's very weirdly specific thing. And I'm going like, what am I going to take out? Corporations? Am I going to take out BlackRock and State Street and Vanguard?
Yeah,
totally. And I'm into that. I'm like, yeah, I don't. They are a monopoly, and we've agreed that's illegal.
So you would become like a terrorist. That would be your breaking point. You would become a terrorist and just blow up like companies.
And then the true puppeteers who are the programmers of the simulation, they're just like, wow, that like, they're just watching you take out a small other little piece of the simulation.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, look, it's driving some people crazy.
Yeah.
Apparently living in a simulation sucks for some people. Oh, well.
Like, yeah, he doesn't like any of our soaps that we offered him.
So just to wrap this up and above this code of reality, I think maybe it was never a movie. I think like the video that we saw, it looked like a trailer, but it was just like them making like a video for their like deal, because they have a whole website, codeofreality.com, and like you can donate, you can like buy the laser.
That was them being like, we need more DMT, you need to support us so we can like show you this world.
Yeah, it's part of their marketing campaign.
It was part of their marketing
Kickstarter.
The laser in question is powered by 3 AA batteries. Yeah, it's just a laser. You can,
but they're trying to sell the laser.
Well, no, I don't know if they're selling it. It says like, we'll send you the laser, but I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, their website's, it's $153 to get the kit, whatever. I don't know if the DMT comes with that. Probably not.
Okay. I'll say you can get a laser and a prism cheaper.
Yeah, but this one's in an X shape. Which is
it's set up.
I guess
It's set up for the experiment.
Yeah. You can build your own too, though. It doesn't look like they're like just trying to get money. It looks like they really believe in this.
Okay, that's good. At least they're
Yeah,
devoted. No,
sure. You got to be devoted to
So
something, I guess.
there's
It
no
might as well be
documentary.
doing drugs and looking at lasers.
So we can make the documentary. They haven't made it yet, huh?
There you go.
Yeah, we'll make the bad documentary. It's 2 hours of us going, dude, look.
Bro, if you could see this at home right now, you would be tripping. Well, wait, time out.
Half listening for your deal.
Well,
go
hold
on.
I just want to ask real quick. Which Rick and Morty episodes did you wrote on the video game one, right?
I was in the room. Oh, did you write for Rick?
No. But I was just like, oh, there's that episode with the Roy.
The Roy was definitely during my time there.
And then what about the one with the simulations
where they're running and that was
like episode 1 or 2, right? Or
it was in there somewhere.
Did you worked on that one, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Can I ask you a Rick and Morty question? Are you still?
Yeah, I won't know.
No. It's a personal question. Are you still watching the show post Justin Roiland?
I stopped watching it post Wade Randolph.
Oh, I see.
Once I was done, it was like I can't. I don't want to, because if it's good, it's gonna bum me out, and if it's bad, I get nothing out of it being bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I did the first 2 seasons, and then there was a lot of season 3 that we had talked about, and then I haven't seen anything after season 3.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So now there's like 100 seasons.
Yeah, I think they signed a deal for like 70 seasons or some shit.
Yeah,
I was just curious if it was any good, like the post Roiland.
I know that Ridley's back on it, and so that's probably good. And our friend Schraub is on it, and it's probably fine. I mean, I don't know. It's not that hard of a voice to do. We were looking at people online doing it, and it's like, wow, you really can't tell.
Yeah.
So also, there's AI and shit now. I'll bet it's fine.
Dude, that's a whole nother fucking situation.
Yeah, but yeah. So Willie, where were you going with the everything sucks? I feel like,
well, I mean, I want to get off that, like when I try to think of reasons for a simulation, I'm like, immediately, if you are like these companies that exist like BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, you have the money to make a simulation without anybody knowing. So it makes me go like, oh, they would make a simulation to see people's breaking points. And like, it's like they already own everything, so I don't understand the point of it. But I'm just going like, that's one reason that I could see one being made, is like people trying to be better at enslaving souls.
Just pushing them far enough, but not to the point where they become domestic terrorists.
Okay, let them have their TV, let them have their people singing bad for money, whatever.
Yeah, I have this like fantasy that the simulation was like created for like, instead of going to jail, like if you're a bad person, so they don't send you to jail, they just strap this simulation like helmet on you. You live a life and you're like, oh, this is how, and you become a good person in this life. And you're like, oh, the life lessons you learn make you good. So like when you wake up and the simulation's over, you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't like kill people.
Yeah. Real rehabilitation, because this jail system does not do that. Maybe it did it originally before it was a business.
Well, what about? Oh my God, Willie, you're soapboxing all over the place, dude. Like, yeah, the prisons. We're bad at justice, but like, what about the bad people what about the murderers who are here?
Oh, those are NPCs.
Oh, okay. Just to give it a little realism.
They're like showing you that like, oh, you can still, if you want, you can still do the bad stuff.
Yeah. Well, we have to introduce murder or they won't think of doing murder.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you now see, oh, this is the bad things that happen when you murder people. So don't murder people.
I can't believe that person killed that person for their shoes. Exactly. You have leveled up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we're all doing really good then. Oh shit! But what if mine is stealing? And I've started stealing a lot lately. So
really,
yeah, man. I'm stealing left and right every day. I try and steal something.
Are you stealing like physical objects, or are you stealing like ideas, like simulation ideas? You're stealing.
Oh, well, no, I don't. I would never steal an idea.
Okay, okay.
That's fucked up.
It's okay.
No, I shoplift and I steal television. I don't pay for any television. I just
Okay.
pirate it all.
All right.
That's
Well,
great.
I don't
You
know what
shouldn't-
like maybe
fuck
when
all
you
this.
lift the helmet off, maybe I don't know. Maybe that's not their stealing is like they're like, okay, that's it's not
No, they're
it's
Yeah.
not
they're trying to
level.
figure out how you stole everything. This is actually a cable company simulation.
Yeah.
This Netflix's simulation. I don't know why you don't like our shows.
God, what a miserable fucking existence. I only exist to help the cable companies like get rid of pirating. I didn't even invent it. I just use
Right.
it.
I know. I do laugh though, thinking of if you're in charge of making a simulation, like sure, the ones that I immediately used to gravitate towards was like, oh, they're trying to solve cancer, so just spread cancer around and see how they, but I'm like, ultimately, I'm like, the company trying to figure out how to solve cancer doesn't have enough money to make a simulation.
Yeah, and if they could make a simulation on this scale, you'd think that maybe they'd have the resources to cure cancer already or something.
Right. Yeah, so it almost has to be like something to do with war, right? It's got to be like, let's
How do
make
we
these
build
people
soldiers? Yeah, without
like what if there's like no race in the actual world? We're just a simulation where they made us all different enough and territorial enough where we're just like developing weapons at a much faster pace than they ever did.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point because whenever I see images or drawings or whatever of gray aliens, like you never be like, this one though was a little brown.
Yeah.
This one had, a mustache and none of the other ones did.
There are the green ones though. That's true. The green and the gray. Maybe that's it. Maybe they're just at war and they're like, we need cool lasers and we're almost there.
Yeah.
Maybe once we build the laser that they want, they'll fucking unplug us and we can go away.
Listen,
Finally.
see that's another thing that I always think of is like, let's say that there was a really intelligent alien race that was trying to figure out how to communicate with humans. So you make a simulation of humans, just see what they do, and then throw a couple UFOs in there, see how they react.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they recovered a body. What do they do with it? It's like it's a perfect situation to like if you could simulate us.
It's a good situation, but the problem with that is why wouldn't they just be like our mom? Why wouldn't we all just have an alien as a mom?
Yeah.
And they would like teach us their language.
You look like my mom and I trust you.
Oh, wait, because we're a simulation, so that wouldn't help them at all. So wait, there's a real Earth. But they built a simulation. Okay. And that's why they like gave the Egyptians like designer handbags or whatever. And
yeah. It's like they've tried to say hi in the simulation in all the ancient races. And they even drew pictures to try to tell us how we should talk, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in this. So that means we're in the simulation where they're trying to figure out how to communicate with us.
That or if we're worth communicating with, you know what I mean? Like why say hi to a very violent race?
Well, does that mean that we're NPCs or like how does it work with like consciousness?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because if it's a simulation, like are we just computer?
The version that I can get into is that you can still have a soul canister. You can still house a soul in a simulation because consciousness can still choose to get into technology aided, and there's enough to go around because if you look at it, if you take consciousness as an individual thing, whether it connects to some kind of source or not, there's been so many lives on Earth that like, we're not all, it's just exponentially growing. So I'm going like, there must be an abundance of consciousness to jump
Hang
into.
on. This seems like you're just no, don't apologize. I'm just saying it seems like you're like folding in your ideas to simulation where a soul is going to go into like a computer thing.
I've heard from secret military whistleblowers that they can create things that consciousness can like jump into and then use, kind of like a craft. Like let's say a craft.
Oh, you just mean Avatar. You're just talking about Avatar.
Yeah. But I'm like, I've heard people talk about this and how there's a word for it where it's like, well, it's not an organically grown canister that, like a human body that can house consciousness, but they can build technologically advanced devices that can house the consciousness would choose to go into.
Well,
Can they
I don't know.
choose to leave?
Yeah.
That it's like, are they stuck in there?
No, they're stuck in there till
Oh, damn.
Till what?
till the death of it, which is weird because if you created it, what
Well,
if it
that
couldn't
means
die?
they've entrapped us. Or just trapped us. They just trapped us.
Well, what do you guys think about? So, I don't know if this applies to simulation. I'm just like kind of exploring it now. There's one idea that I will never die, and that my experience is forever. And if that means I need to jump into parallel realities, or that the definition of my life will go on because, in my lifetime we will figure out how to live forever. So, like, I will continuously live forever, but like that's just from my perspective, and I'm not actually interacting with you. It's like you are an NPC in my experience, and I'm just
see, but that bums me out because, like, for one, it's like that means we would each have to think that individually, right? So that means everyone is an NPC except for you.
Well, yeah, and I'm just trying to apply that to a simulation theory where it's like the computing power works better if everyone's an NPC except me. So, like, is my simulation personal, or
It could be a multiplayer game.
Right.
I think that, like, okay, say if it is a simulation, the advance, like how advanced this simulation is, like it's so powerful and so like real that if it's that powerful, like I think it would be powerful enough to like house not just you, like it would be created for more than one player or person, like it could be that like, there's whatever 8 billion people on Earth or something,
that sounds
maybe.
right?
Yeah, maybe like half or whatever is real per like, and like half are NPCs or something like that. That sort of thing. And like, it's not just made for you, but maybe it is. Like, who knows? But like,
Yeah, right. South America is not real.
or like not real.
You'll
when you're
never
not
go there, so we don't need to make it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it
Exactly.
would have to be like it would. Yeah. I don't know if we're sprinkled throughout the world but it's like if you have that boring friend who like you only see every once in a while and you never really ask, what are you up to or whatever. And even if you did, they'd be like, oh, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Like,
How you doing?
oh,
I know
that
the
guy.
answer to this one.
Yeah. Like, you're like, you get hit, like you're driving your car and somebody isn't paying attention and they hit your car with their car. I'm like, oh, that's probably just like an NPC, like they're not paying attention.
We should never have let the NPCs vote.
Yeah. That's the problem. Simulation's going out of control.
God, what if you found out that your parents were NPCs?
I mean, I don't know. But also, as
it would help a lot of people.
Glitch, like they become less like a good player, or whatever. But yeah, maybe they are.
Yeah, they say the same thing every time you see them. Well, it would be nice if you could come visit a little more.
I mean, listen, it's like,
That's
no,
what they're programmed to say.
That's what my mom does. She just tells me like what they ate for dinner. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a little suspicious, Mom.
You should just start saying this. I didn't.
I will say one thing is that, again, Neil deGrasse Tyson, he at first believed the simulation theory was true. Like he was pro simulation theory. But the one thing that made him question it is that if we're in a simulation, like why are we existing in a time frame where we can't make simulations?
Yeah.
So either it was a choice by the programmers to
I don't know, man.
not allow us to make simulations.
Let me tell you something. My thought is, if we are in a simulation, there are people like him that are saying things to help us not.
Oh,
you take the smartest people and you have them make comments, and you're like, oh yeah, he's.
Well, but also,
right.
I don't understand why it takes me like one thought to answer that, and it's we haven't evolved to that point. Like, what you start the simulation like in the year that you are doing this.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
Yeah. I don't necessarily agree with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Well, no, I just like everything that guy says kind of gets under my skin. Like,
okay.
So I don't. He's such a fucking downer, and he's always. I don't know.
Just listen. I love him, but he's just kind of cocky in a way where I'm just like, well, I love the show that he does.
Man. He's just a dork,
guy,
but he doesn't have a fun. He's not fun. He's just there's nothing fun about that dude. Like he can't ever like put his dumb science brain on hold to like explore something fantastic. Instead, he's just like, those are the wrong stars for the Titanic, and it's like, okay, man, cool. Yeah, we'll change the stars. Like, all right.
I agree with you that like his nerd brain, like he looks like he has fun, but he's kind of a downer. Yeah.
He's like Kobe Bryant, you know? Like, dude, you don't always have to be fucking just like right.
He is the Kobe Bryant of science.
Yeah, dude, for real. I think he coined the term of his nickname, the rock and roll scientist. And I was just like, what are you talking about?
I didn't know he calls himself that.
That's what he was for a long time before he got real big. Cause it's just you know, you had to have like rock and roll science. Like who fucking connects to the word rock and roll? Oh yeah. I fucking love rock and roll.
Boomers. It's perfect branding for his generation. Although he might be Gen X. I don't know how old he is.
I mean, I'd like to think he's older than me, but he probably isn't.
He's gotta be at least a little older.
I'm Peyton Manning's age.
Peyton?
Yeah.
You look younger than Peyton. I'll say that.
And I still have a chance at an NFL career, you know?
Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson is 67.
Oh, great.
So you are.
Yeah, that might be Gen X, though. I don't know where the cutoff is.
I think he might be Boomer. Was Boomer before Gen X?
I'm 49.
Okay.
It started like 20 years before me. I'm at the very end of Gen X. I think it goes to like, wait, how long?
Should I have a
boomer,
some kind of like revolt 50 birthday party where we like choose something to blow up?
Yeah.
We'll try to go the speed of light on your 50th birthday.
We get some DMT and just fucking look at the universe, guys.
Yeah, or a wall.
We're live streaming these lasers. I've just set up the prism.
Oh man. Are you going to try to do something like big or special for your 50th?
I would like to. But
big one. Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't want to rent out a space or fucking think about it too early.
Yeah. Wait, what month's your birthday?
November.
Okay. You got time.
I got time. All I want to do is like go dancing though. And like every year I tell people the day before, we're going dancing tomorrow for my birthday. Like everyone's got plans, you know, it's too late. Anyways. I should do something.
Yeah. What about the simulation though?
I mean,
should we wrap it up?
Yeah. We're right there.
What's the big kind of stuff that we haven't said? Because there's a lot.
My summary is the universe behaves like information. It has resolution limits, quote unquote. It has processing limits. If you're,
I mean, DNA is code, you know.
Yeah, totally, dude. It renders itself based on you paying attention to it. I mean, these are convenient, but like it's interesting.
Well, but they're also, I don't know if you're saying that they're convenient because my head's shaking. I'm just thinking like I feel like all that shit we haven't like gotten technologically advanced enough to see the thing that's smaller than the planks yet. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe we have.
That's where I'm at. I'm like the stronger science I mean, I think the missing link is consciousness. If we can figure out what consciousness is, it kind of allows us to see the universe from the perspective of consciousness is in it. Because right now that's not a part of the equation. But I feel like that's the part of the equation of life that makes it unique. Right now it's not measurable. It's not containable.
Do cats have consciousness? What has consciousness?
When I hear these things, it makes me feel like I think that everything has consciousness because it is just different levels. And even though I will kill spiders and bugs, like they do have some sort of, you picture, we said this before, just like ants having a civilized interactions and making bridges and fucking saving each other. And I'm like, they're doing something, man. They're thinking.
Here's a question. Do you think in our lifetime, given like how rapidly technology advances, that within our lifetime, we will create a simulation like to a degree. I guess in the sense of like a video game sort of situation. I think that's completely possible.
Well, I mean, we already have, right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
how good is it? I guess is the question.
Yeah, I guess that's the question. You're right. Yeah.
I always believe that secret military is just way more advanced than us, and I think that they are probably running simulations without telling anybody. Just
With
picture the technology
consciousness, with the whole consciousness thing too. You think they have a device that traps consciousness?
I don't know if we do, but like from the things that I look into, I do kind of think that the small gray aliens might be some little robots that don't have consciousness. So they are like robots that can operate on Earth without the extreme environment.
That's if we're in a simulation, right? Aldous, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was going to say, I think it's completely feasible and possible that in our lifetime we get to a point, and maybe this is sort of like on the secret army government sort of side of things, where we get to like a point where we can create like the world in a simulation so real that it's like almost you can't tell the difference. And then you take like a child who like a baby or something and put them in the simulation and they're too young to realize what's happening. And then they just grow up within the simulation.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I like that a lot more than
I think
this
that's
consciousness.
Still
It's like
listen
a
to me, I go off.
Ghostbusters trap. They slide it across the floor and just like grab a consciousness and throw it into their fucking.
With a proton pack.
So it's Truman Show.
Perfect.
Yeah, Truman Show or Matrix, Truman Show, Matrix.
You look at these old school military people who involve their children in secret testing, and it's like it's already set up for it to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them.
Well, I guess. I don't know. It depends on how time works.
Well, yeah, I know, dude. Like that's the other thing too. Can a child go into this and experience a whole lifetime and still come out a child? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
what if we come out and we're like fucking 2 years old, dude? That would suck. But we're like that Baby Geniuses movie where we're all really off-putting and just going like, well, EMC squared and whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Wow.
Can I say like the baby movies are one of my pet peeves as far as movies go? Like,
yes, you can.
Like Baby Geniuses and Baby's Day Out. I never liked those movies because I don't like to see a movie where a baby is having more like fun adventures than I am. It's like these babies' days are much more interesting. Like this baby's having a great life. Why? Why is this baby's life?
I don't know why I watched that movie this year. Joey Pants is in it. Like, I'm like, what is
which
this fucking
one?
Movie? Baby's Day Out.
Baby's Day Out.
I've never seen it. Isn't it just that cartoon where the baby's running around and Bugs Bunny's trying to get him back into the apartment or whatever? Isn't it just a 2-hour version of that?
Yes.
But it's with Joey Pants.
Right, of course.
There's like a modern Three Stooges that they're good actors, but it's not. Yeah.
Oh, fucking take the money.
Joey
Pants don't care.
Also, well, I can't think of his name. Italian mob boss, but like the
Tony
80s
Soprano?
version. No.
Joe Mantegna?
Yes, Joe Mantegna.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good.
Well, it seems like he would be in Baby's Day Out.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's like we're in a simulation. Like you knew what Willie was gonna see. You knew Willie was thinking of Joe Mantegna.
Yeah, but I've known him for like
Yeah,
so
I know.
long now.
I was trying to think of the sandwiches that because he has a sandwich company, but then he also advertises for the competitor. Anyways,
He doesn't have a sandwich company. He has a restaurant.
In real life,
Yeah.
are we talking like a baby movie here?
he had a sandwich restaurant that also had pizza. Chicago, the Taste of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, but just the one. He's allowed to.
But then he would basically do ads for the big one from Chicago. So it was funny.
They must have been paying him a lot if he's like advertising for the competitor. So
Yeah.
There's reasons. It's because we don't even have, what was it, Illuminati's or it was probably beef. It was the beef sandwich place.
Yeah. There's one down in
Al's Beef.
No, it's
the
down,
hot dog place. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
We didn't have those for so long. So he's like, hey, I
got this
I'll take
too.
that.
it's like the Mandela effect, but it's the Joe Mantegna effect.
The Mantegna effect. Yes. We got to start that.
Do you believe in the Mantegna effect?
All right. So you like Italian beef sandwiches, right?
Yeah, please explain to me what the Montaigne effect is.
It's when I thought the sandwich had these ingredients. I always believed they have these ingredients. I was completely wrong. Everybody thinks they have this ingredient.
There is no onions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
I swear to God.
It's just peppers,
I swear
bro.
to God,
It's
it
just
used to have
peppers.
onions. All right. Well, this has been our talk about simulation theory.
Great talk.
Do you want to plug anything, or do you have anything online?
Yeah.
You can point people to your socials or whatever you're on.
Yeah, I mean, socials, I'm just at Aldous Davidson on Instagram. The thing that's coming up is me and Greg Stees. We shot a feature film called Bald Mountain. It's about a failing bald actor who goes to an Italian castle to get his hair transplant and gets it from like a crazy eccentric surgeon. And Greg plays the surgeon and I play the actor. But we're trying to, it's in post-production now, but we're aiming for a premiere sometime in June. So
Nice.
Is that an autobiographical story?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and then also Greg was like going bald, so he was like, got to do something about baldness. And obviously, that's so I don't know. That's why it's a proof that it's not a simulation, or it's not a simulation. If it was, I'd still have hair,
What's it called? In case maybe it takes the festivals by storm and people can actually go watch it.
It's called Bald Mountain.
Oh, Bald Mountain. You said that.
Yeah.
Did you just look at Mount Baldy and be like that only?
Well, there's like we came up with the concept, and then there's it's like a famous like classical piece called Night at Bald Mountain. Do you know what that is?
No, I didn't know that.
You would recognize it if you heard it, but we were like, oh, then we could use that in the movie because it's like it's like free.
Yeah,
it's free. Yeah,
free use. Yeah.
But so we're like, oh, we'll call it Bald Mountain.
All right. So check that out. Aldous Davidson, thank you for doing this. Thank you for being here. Are you going to stick around? We're going to continue the conversation on our bonus episode.
Absolutely. I'd love to.
Okay, cool. I feel like there's a lot more to talk about simulation, and then we'll go crazy. Yeah, it'll be crazy. So stay tuned for that. Go to patreon.com/RealLifeSciFi. Get access to our bonus episodes. Also, thanks for listening, everybody. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
RealLifeSciFi.